Tonight I get to welcome you to the Faculty Awards program. We're going to take some time to recognize a few individuals that poured into Pine Forge for decades. Now, if you take the time to look back to your experience at Pine Forge, yes, there were good friends and you made campus family and all of these great things about Pine Forge. But one thing that highlights most people's experience are the faculty. There's usually one or two that really pours into you. And for me, that was Dean Green. Dean Ruth Mosby Green was an amazing English teacher. She was the best at chastising you. Her food was 10 courses of just amazing food. I learned how to set the table. The experience with Dean Green was amazing for me, and I bet you can look back at your experience at Pine Forge and you could look to some dean or a teacher or a principal or somebody on the grounds or in the cafeteria that really poured into you and made your experience amazing. Well, take a moment and just think back on those experiences while you watch this program as we honor 3 faculty members that gave decades of their lives to Pine Forge Academy and are fortunately still with us where we can give them their flowers. And so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this program, the Faculty Awards program, with us.
Samuel E. Darby came to the Pine Forge, Pennsylvania area at the age of 3. He attended Pine Forge Little School from grades 1 through 8 and attended PFA for 4 years, graduating in the class of 1970. He went on to earn a BA in Speech and Communications from WAU. There, he met his wife, Diane Darby. There, she also earned a BS in Family and Consumer Science Education. They went on to work for the AEC Education School System in 1975. While working for AEC, Dr. Darby earned a MS in Counseling and Guidance from Trenton State University. In 1984, Dr. Darby was asked to serve as the first assistant principal of Pine Forge Academy and served until 1990. During those years of service, Dr. Darby earned a doctoral degree in educational leadership from Nova University. Mrs. Darby was asked to serve as librarian and home economics teacher. During those years of service, Mrs. Darby received certification in library science from Kutztown University and an MA from Wilkes University in education and worked until 1997. Mrs. Darby returned to Pine Forge Academy in 2004 through 2011, serving as librarian, teaching health and senior physical education. She returned in 2014 to teach family and consumer science. Dr. Samuel Darby's father was one of the first chemistry and biology teachers to teach at Pine Forge Academy. His siblings and family attended. His brother, Dr. Walter E. Darby, class of 1962. His sisters, Dr. Elizabeth Darby Watson, class of 1963. Miss Iris Darby Ogburn, class of 1967. Daughters, Dr. Kelly Darby Holder, class of 1994. Miss Crystal D. Darby, class of 1996. They currently have a granddaughter attending, Darby K. Holder, class of 2025. Dr. Darby is affectionately known as Cool Mo D by the class of 1989. The Darbys most enjoyed working with the Pine Forge Academy students and seeing their great successes until today. Dr. Darby served as head elder for many years at the Pine Forge Church and taught junior and senior Sabbath school yearly. Much has been poured into Pine Forge Academy. The rewards of doing so will be at Christ's return.
Greetings, Pine Forge Academy alumni, students, guests, parents, and of course, the phenomenal Dr. and Mrs. Darby. It is with great pleasure that I am able to give you accolades on this well-deserved, long-awaited award. You both have been firsts in my life, so let me share. Dr. Darby was the first young African-American black male PhD, redundant I know, but he was the first that I saw in an Adventist setting upon my arrival at Pine Forge Academy in the latter part of the 1980s. Mrs. Darby was the first African-American female library scientists that I saw in the Adventist educational system, both of whom knew their craft, their industry, were astute, keen, innovative. Again, thank you so much for the both of you being you. God bless and congratulations.
This is Dennis Ross, and I want to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Darby for receiving the Distinguished Faculty Award. You deserve it. When I first got on the campus of Pine Forge Academy in 1988, it was quite a sight. I met this man named Mr. Darby, and he was so cool. I thought he was a part of the Isley brothers. And then I met his wife, and she was so kind. And then I got to know both of them and found out they were men and women of God, and found out they were full of wisdom, and found out I could learn so much from them. And over the years, I have done just that. So on behalf of the class of 1989, Pine Forge Academy, we say congratulate you. It is much deserved. We love you, and we always will. God bless you.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad, on your Distinguished Faculty Award. We already know you're distinguished. We moved to Pine Forge in 1984, and it was amazing to watch you train minds and hearts. My father with all his coolness and teaching courses, and my mother so well put together and putting people out of the library with a smile. All this, as you trained minds and hearts, you trained us as well, and we are eternally grateful.
Drip so hard, don't stand too close, you gonna mess around and drown off this wave. And it's no denying what they gave with a quiet swag. My mom and my dad, Lady Di and Cool Mo Deep, epitome of Christian leadership, paradigms of loving kind, dedicated to the greater, no haters, because it's all love when you give to the forge. It's gotta be. Sponsoring classes, straightening the masses. Maybe she taught you how to sew, or maybe he took you to the bus station where you really needed to go. In the end, they did what needed to be done. They gave what needed to be given.
Congratulations on your Distinguished Faculty Award. We love you.
We really appreciate this award. You came to Pine Forge many years ago. Used our talents and our abilities for the students and the community members.
Our hopes of being a good asset to the Academy has always been our desire. And we just want to thank you for making us realize our hopes with this honor. We thank you.
As early as middle school, Chris Fielder knew he was called to teach. As a standout in high school basketball in Detroit and a lover of history, Mr. Fielder earned an undergraduate college degree in education from the University of Michigan. 2 years later, responding to the Lord's call, he and his family pulled up roots and arrived at Pine Forge Academy in August of 1986. He, along with his wife and their 3 sons, one still in the mother's room, made the 12-hour drive from Michigan to Pine Forge Academy in Pine Forge, Pennsylvania, with the goal of educating young people and raising their family. Prior to coming to Pine Forge Academy, he taught for 2 years at Peterson Warren Academy in Detroit, Michigan. Once at Pine Forge Academy, his job was assistant dean in the boys' dormitory and teaching 9th grade world history. The following year, he transitioned from being assistant dean to a full-time teaching position of both history and physical education. In 1998, under his leadership as athletic director, PFA began competing in high school interscholastic sports. Coaching boys and girls is one of his true joys. It allows him to connect with students and build relationships. Sports allows Mr. Fielder to teach great life lessons. For example, taking the boys' basketball teams to the Penn Jersey Championships 4 times in a row from 1999 to 2002 to winning the league championship in 2004 taught us to never give up. In that same year, we had outstanding success in co-ed cross country, winning the league invitational championship. Success also came with the Lady Falcons basketball teams, with 3 straight trips to the league championships from 2006 to 2008. Most recently, 2018 to 2019, our Lady Falcons team won the White Division Championships in the Penn Jersey Athletic League. All these achievements are meaningful, but even if they never won a game, what's more important to Mr. Fielder are the relationships he has developed with the students. They were and continue to be the reason why Chris Fielder is still at Pine Forge Academy. It's the students. After 17 years of teaching in the classroom, he was promoted to administration as vice principal and served in that capacity for 18 years. In 2016, he received recognition in a proclamation from the Board of Supervisors of Douglas Township, Berks County, Pennsylvania, for his dedication and commitment to Pine Forge Academy and Christian education. Mr. Fielder also had the privilege of leading the school as interim principal for 1 year and a half. One of the highlights of his tenure as principal during the 2018-2019 school year was the baptism of 32 Pine Forge Academy students that year. Presently, by God's grace, Mr. Fielder returns to teaching in the classroom and serves as athletic director. According to Mr. Fielder, he would never have thought that he would have served in Christian education for so long, but he is still here. To God be the glory for the great things he has done.
Mr. Fielder, I just want to say congratulations on your years of service at the Academy. They tell me I only have a little bit under a minute to do this, but I just want to let you know that it's been an honor and a privilege to call you a friend, a co-worker. I appreciate the partnership that we have between the Academy and the police department. It's always been a pleasure working side by side with you. I sure hope that this doesn't mean the end, just that, all in all, that the Academy is just recognizing you for your great service that you have provided to the Academy, and that we have many years to work side by side in the future. Again, congratulations, and it's been a true pleasure, and I hope the pleasure continues over the next few years. Stay safe, my friend. Best wishes.
Congratulations, Mr. Fielder, on this very well-deserved award. Thank you so much for all the time and dedication that you have given the students of Pine Forge Academy. Mr. Fielder, you were the first person to show me that the Bible is a history book. That's deep. You taught us to question things and not just take them at face value, how to find answers rooted in facts. Thank you and Mrs. Fielder for making us a part of your family while we were away from ours. We are so blessed to have had a teacher and administrator who has impacted our lives in such a powerful and positive way. Again, thank you.
Mr. Fielder, congratulations. I'm so excited that you're being honored. You are an incredible part of Pine Forge Academy history. You have been an incredible mentor to me and other alumni. I know that every time I say PFA, you're the first person that they ask for. I appreciate you so much, and I know others do. You and your family deserve this. You deserve to be honored, and I'm so excited that they chose me to speak in this video on your behalf. Just thank you for being who you are. Just thank you for the love and support of my life and my family's life. And just thank you for being that great guy, great teacher, great basketball coach. Nobody in the world shows love like you do, man. I can call you 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you'll pick up the phone. Nobody also has a great elbow when they play basketball like you. I can still feel it in my ribs from that time in 1992. Love you so much, Mr. Fielder. Congratulations.
We just want to take the time to say you're worth it. And we're so grateful for all your years of service. You are the example of strength and purpose. So we wrote this simple we think about the lives you've touched, it means so much, so very much. So we say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much for all you've done for us. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much for all you've done for us. We say thank you. We love you, Dad.
To the National Pine Forge Academy Alumni Association, I am honored to be recognized for my years of service at Pine Forge Academy. Dr. King once said that longevity has its place, and for me, that is so true at Pine Forge. And being recognized for one's work is a great compliment, and I thank you. But I couldn't have done it without the Lord. And I want to thank him too for his leadership and his guidance for me through all these years. I also want to thank my family for putting up with me for all of these years. Being a member of the Pine Forge community has meant a lot to me and has provided me many memories that will last forever. It has given me and my family friendships with so many of you alumni. Friendships that developed into family and will never be forgotten. Pine Forge as an avenue to serve the Lord has been very rewarding, and I'm grateful for having the opportunity to serve in this way. And I pray that as long as I'm serving in whatever capacity for the Lord, that I will continue to be an influence for good, impacting young lives and pointing them to not only academic and social excellence, but to the one and only, the excellent one, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Alumni, again, thank you. God bless you, and may God continue to bless Pine Forge Academy.
Henry M. Beck was born on September 28, 1956, to James and Kirill Nisa Beck in New Nikeri, Suriname. He, along with his sisters Becky and Victoria, were raised by his living grandparents, Rudolph and Esther Beck. After the tragic death of his grandfather in 1968 and later his father in 1969, he and his sisters, along with their beloved grandmother, moved to the United States with his paternal aunt and her husband. They lived throughout the South while his uncle worked at multiple churches. Henry, Becky, and Victoria were placed in the foster care system due to abuse and mistreatment. Having grown up a devout Seventh-day Adventist, he requested to be placed in an Adventist home. He was placed with Cleveland and Gloria Tivy in Huntsville, Alabama. From this home, he gained 3 older sisters, Julie, Jan, and Joy. They remain family to this day. The Tivys, he attended and graduated from Oakwood Academy in 1968. During his time at Oakwood, he met and fell in love with Daphne Daly, Pine Forge Academy class of 1975. They were married January 12, 1977. They moved to Baltimore, Maryland, where he attended and received certifications from Baltimore Community College International Culinary Arts Program. He began his work for the Seventh-day Adventist school systems as an early childhood teacher at Baltimore Junior Academy. He subsequently worked as a janitor and then food service director for BJA. In August of 1991, he accepted a position as food service director for Pine Forge Academy. He served in this capacity for 26 years until his retirement in June 2017. During his time at Pine Forge Academy, he developed a great love for the school and its mission. He avidly talked to older people in the community to gain a better understanding of the purpose, history, and mission of the school. It was this knowledge that fueled his passion to do all he could for the work God called him to. When he came to Pine Forge, he was tasked with feeding over 200 students on a very limited budget. He gives all honor to God, who he says gave him the wisdom and creativity to create countless meals on a daily basis. This God-given wisdom enabled him to successfully feed and nurture thousands of students and not to have one case of food illness. While his vocation and passion is cooking, his ministry was the students. He would challenge his workers to get good grades, even offering monetary incentives for A's. He helped countless students with no thought of anything in return because he knew how much he was blessed. He counted no task beneath him, and at any moment, you could find him cooking or washing dishes or mopping the floors or serving the kids. After his retirement, he continues to serve his PFA community through his service at church. You can still find him on the grounds cutting grass, painting, or in the garden. He cherishes the legacy he is leaving through his children Danielle, class of 1995, James, class of 1999, and his grandchildren Mariah, Jalen, Aaliyah, class of 2019, Ray Jr., class of 2021, Miles, and Colin, future class of 2027. Mr. Beck wants you to know that God can and will use anybody for his glory. His desire is to see Pine Forge continue to fulfill the mission it was created for, to educate Black young men and women for God's service.
Hi, Nana. Congratulations on being awarded the Distinguished Staff Award. You definitely deserve it after all the hard years and long years that you put in at Pine Forge. Just wanted to say congratulations again, and that I love you and I'm so proud of you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Candace S. Johnson. I'm a licensed psychologist. I'm a member of the class of 1994. It is with excitement and joy that I'm participating in the recognition and celebration of Henry Beck, my daddy, this year's recipient of the Distinguished Staff Award. The quality of our interactions reflects his level of service to others. God's timing is perfect. He knows who we need and when we need them. It was 1991, my sophomore year. I was assigned to work in the cafeteria under his supervision. That work relationship evolved into a meaningful father-daughter relationship that we've maintained across the years. Daddy, the love, the support, the example that you provided in terms of serving others has been priceless and irreplaceable. I'm appreciative of everything that you've done for me. And so today, it is my honor to celebrate you, Henry Beck, my daddy. I'm so proud of you for the sacrifices that you've made and the example that you've shown in terms of serving others. I pray you continue to allow God to lead you. I can't imagine the number of stars that you'll have in your crown. I love you, Daddy. Congratulations.
Hey, Nana. Congratulations on winning this award. I'm super proud of you and everything that you've done. Continue to be great.
Dad, what's going on? I just wanted to congratulate you on this award that you're receiving. I tell you, from 1991 to 95, you molded me, you helped mold me and shape me into the man I am today. And I owe a lot to you. Thank you for making me dependable, reliable, and this is the man I am today. My mom always told me to make sure you get your flowers, give your flowers while they're yet still living. And I'm glad you're alive to see this happen. Love you, Dad. Congratulations. Take care.
Greetings, family. I'm so excited that today I am here to pay tribute to my dad, Henry Beck. When I got the call from Courtney, I was elated to know that you decided to honor him this year. My dad loves Christian education. While he graduated from Oakwood Academy, he loves Pine Forge Academy. For over 26 years, he has worked and served in the Allegheny East Conference. Before 26 years, he served Pine Forge Academy directly as its food service manager. His greatest impact was not in the kitchen, even though that is what he loves so much. His greatest impact was the students that he served each and every day. Coming from the foster care system, my dad had a burden on his heart to love and to nurture children so that they would know that they were loved. My greatest joy has been to be the daughter of Henry Morgan Beck. And so today, Daddy, I would like to say I love you, I am proud of you, and I'm glad that they are honoring you today.
Academy Alumni Association for this honor, this Distinguished Staff Award. It is my privilege to serve as the Food Service Director for Pine Forge for 26 years. I want to thank God first for keeping me healthy for all those years. And I want to thank my family for being there for me. And I want to thank the 8 principals I had the privilege to work under. I want to thank one friend, he is no longer with us, Mr. Paul Jones. He reminded me that my service was not to Pine Forge Academy, but to God. God saw that Pine Forge Academy needed just an ordinary man like me to do an extraordinary work at Pine Forge.